Well, you might ask, what does a motor car and women have in common? Not much, really, I suppose. But it got me thinking. I'm at home. Yes, it's free. I'm free today. And so I did a blog on Facebook. Do join me on Facebook. Building up being Prime Minister of the UK and how to do it. DIY Prime Minister. So, women and more female, Mother Earth and motor cars. Well, the one thing they did have in common was that I was watching Nikki of Transport Evolved. Fantastic programs. You have an opportunity, do watch. And she's been reporting on electric cars ever since I can remember, and certainly she was one of the very first adopters to electric cars. I think I only beat her because I'm older than she is, so I was interested in electric cars before she was born, I think. But anyway, she's since running a very, very popular channel called Transport Evolved. And she was looking back 10 years ago at various electric
A
cars.
changing climate affects everyone. To address the rapidly intensifying
And
environmental,
women and
economic,
non-profit
and social
leadership.
consequences of climate change, we need diverse voices, especially those of women and girls. And women and girls are stepping up to the climate challenge as powerful agents of change. The UN Global Climate Action Awards recognize women-led climate solutions around the world.
And so, yeah, women, non-profit leadership, and I would say feminine. Yeah, more sort of female Mother Earth types of things. Because over the years, now I was thinking, what has Nemesis aircraft carriers have got to do with non-profit leadership and females running a lawless Earth run by warlords and old men and bankers and solicitors and people who are not fit for purpose any longer? It may have been all right in the good old days when you had a Tommy gun and you had to get rid of your enemy briskly and fast. If you can't get rid of them squirt them with Agent Orange, or Roundup as now we called it. So, now obviously one of my plans to turn the 150,000-ton Nemesis aircraft carrier into a hanging basket and planting flowers in it would make a spectacular looking garden ornament. And if all 5 or 6 of them we did that, we'd have to have one hell of a big pyramid. But I think they're a bit toxic, so I think they're going to be dismantled far away, costing hundreds of billions of dollars. So, global management, women, motor cars, and 10 years ago. Well, Transport Evolved was showing a program 10 years ago, electric cars. And they had a Honda, I think it was called the Honda Insight was what was it called? The Link or something. Honda Link or something like that. And it was a compliance car for California. Now, bear in mind, we have known about mass extinction for an awful long time. But yet we've got the old men in charge who are determined to build another aircraft carrier. So what did we do in 2012? I think we were just commissioning the 6th huge, great nuclear aircraft carrier costing hundreds of billions of dollars, with nuclear warheads bristling from it because it's a man machine for defending democracy and freedom and the right to govern the planet and free trade, which actually is all bullshit, toxic bullshit, fossil fuel driven warfare bullshit. So 10 years ago, the Aptara, fantastic, lightweight, they did a hybrid, which I thought was a stupid idea personally. They put a little stink engine in, then put a battery in, but it did I think 180 miles to the gallon, or 300 to the gallon, so that was okay. Although hopefully running biofuel. Anyhow, they also made an electric one, which I much prefer. Simple, bang, battery, motor, car, last forever. And the Aptara was a fantastic aerodynamic 3-wheeler. Have a look at it. It's on my page. And Friend Wood, it was designed by Frank Coston. This goes back to Second World War when I bumped into Frank Coston and said, well, of course, Buzz, in a very posh English accent, said, we didn't need fossil fuels after the Second World War, Buzz. Could have gone to hydrogen economy. However, we had the Marshall Plan, we had Texas oil coming on land, and quite frankly, we did want to grab what the Saudis had, oil, and we could make money from it, and they did, and they made big money, I promise you. Never actually see that money, of course, because it's piled up in big piles everywhere. Except when we make a bit of a boo-boo with a virus, then we see it and it comes out from the big piles, but we must pay it back. All a bit crazy, really. Anyhow, lawless planet. That is why women around the world, Mother Earth and myself, I'm going to get a manicure. No, it doesn't matter. It's not actually what you look like. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It's the fact Margaret Thatcher was also, let's say, a woman, but she was very masculine. In fact, given a fist fight between her hubby and her, I think she might win. She was quite a fearsome woman who looked fearsome. But that's irrelevant, isn't it? What we are is forging into the future. But when I saw this programme, 10 years have passed. How many new petrol toxic cars have been produced since then? Brand new ones out of the box, the Ford Fiestas, the Hondas, the Toyotas, the Nissans, the Peugeots, the Renaults, the Fords, all of them, BMWs. God, they've produced about 1,000 new BMWs. All of them rather crap, but very expensive crap. How many electric cars? Well, they did the i3, which was a great start. Then they backtracked. We had Ford. They actually did an electric car, then backtracked. As for Honda, well, they backtracked and they're still backtracking. The latest Honda, they've got electric car. They're doing small little numbers because it's not going to be wanted by people, is it? No, because they don't tell them to buy the bloody thing, and then they give it a range of the same as a 1980s Zoe. Not that they made Zoes in the 1980s, but it would have had the same range if they had made it, because basically we did have the technology then. So, what's going on? Well, we've got a lot of catch-up to do. Then Tesla came along. Yes, Tesla started making electric cars. Then all the others thought, and we have got climate change, but the fossil boys want us to make petrol cars. And they said they make money out of petrol cars, and we make money out of petrol cars. So us boys have all got together, and some females who behave like men, the patriarchal way of doing things, and we're going to carry on making petrol cars and selling them to the plebs and carry on advertising and saying, this is fantastic, electric cars kill you in a shower and they're dreadful things, don't buy them. Things are changing, and of course, changing, but they have to change really, really fast. Now we've got to ban all toxic cars. We have got to go for a renewable world. We've got to get rid of war. We've got to get hold of the global bank. Now, to do that, we're going to need women. 50% of the people on this planet are women. 50% are men, roughly. I know there's a few percentage differences, and some of them obviously don't know themselves what they are. Doesn't matter. But let's just say, for argument's sake, there are two sort of species on the planet, men and women. Sometimes I think the women come from another planet, but that's another long story. So, why have we only got a few old men in charge? And they build nuclear power, Nemesis nuclear power, what's they called? Aircraft carriers. One of them is actually called after a president. Now, who was the most thick, stupid, idiotic president out? Well, Donald Trump. But actually, Ronald Reagan. No, before Donald Trump, there was somebody called Ronald Reagan, and they named one of these Nemesis aircraft carriers after Ronald Reagan. And he wanted Star Wars. Yes, he actually wanted to blow the planet up from space, here, there, everywhere. Really good ideas. Not. So how do we get rid of them? Well, we've all got to start talking because we've got a lawless planet. That means human beings all talking. But more Mother Earth, more caring, love, peace, and renewable energy, about rebirth. At that, I will leave it. So it's about women, men, all of us getting together. I want to build a 300-foot pyramid, start broadcasting from it, because big works. Why? I don't know. But small, clearly, like I'm doing, is rubbish, and I'm not going to go nowhere. I'm just going to carry on being a bin man, killing my planet at full throttle in my disgusting diesel truck. 100 litres a week, boy. I can burn it. And that's with me driving carefully. Can you imagine if I actually didn't drive that thing carefully? I'm doing my bit, aren't I? Anyway, do your bit, subscribe, follow the story. Love you all. And it's big casting from Underpants. Let's have a look to see what other things on. This is really good. Fully charged.
Entrepreneurs are wired to scale solutions with speed, and climate change requires.
Actually, internet speeds here. So I think everybody's watching, so we won't be perhaps watching that. Anyway, fully charged. There he is. There's a little picture of him there. Love you. Bye.